I had some of the same experiences that my father had in different ways. In my jobs, I eventually became a law librarian and so on. But to go back to my father's career, and then it might make more sense how my career imitated him in a different way. I tried to imitate him. He wanted to build this law school as the third dean, and after World War II, when the country was coming back from the war and there was a tremendous energy to build things that had been put aside and to do things. My father's first priority was to build a building, and this was a struggle for the University of Kansas City. They didn't have a lot of resources, and the law school was a way for the university to say, we're not just a liberal arts, small liberal arts college. We have potential here to build careers. And yet, the president of the university was a fellow named Clarence Decker, and Decker was, his job really was fundraising, and he had some success with that, but not enough to really make a difference. So there was a struggle there, and there was money needed to build liberal arts departments as well. I mean, it wasn't just all about a law school. And so my father got to be, he got involved with the professors organization. I don't know if it was the AAUP, the Association of University Professors or what, but he was active in that. He also got to be the university counsel. He did things. He was the parliamentarian in the what they called the Senate, which was a conclave of faculty people from all of the departments. I think I may not be characterizing these things completely accurately, but the reality was he was very much involved in the politics of the university. And it wasn't long before he and Decker were banging heads. And eventually, Decker fired him. And that was big news. And his friend, who had been an adjunct faculty member, Ken Fligg, was on the board of trustees, tried to save him. But I can remember long conversations between my father and Mr. Fligg, which made no sense to me as a small boy, but I knew something was very upsetting to my father. And there were conversations with Ben Boyer, who was back in Philadelphia, and my dad was getting a lot of support from the law faculty and from other friends in the community. And a battle raged, and of course my dad had tenure, so Decker could only fire him as dean but could not remove him from the faculty. So my father sort of just went back to teaching, and Dean Volz was the first dean that followed my father, and then there were others eventually. Pat Kelly came while I was a law student, and so on and so forth.